Coming up on Local News 8 at 6, calls for the president to step down are growing following the deadly protests at the nation's capital.
Plus, the man accused of the New Year's Eve shooting in Idaho Falls appears in court.
And an Idaho man is claiming to be one of the people who broke into the nation's capital. Local News 8 at 6 o'clock starts now.
You're watching Local News 8 at 6 in the morning. Local people, local news.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It is 6 o'clock. If you're getting ready to head out the door, get your weekend off maybe to an early start. It's a little chilly out there, but so far the roads for the most part are in pretty decent shape.
At first I thought you meant, do we have to have a margarita now that it's 6 o'clock and it's early?
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock
start?
somewhere.
Is that too early
It's
to
6
start?
o'clock somewhere. Exactly. Let's go.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Well, a police officer is dead after being hurt during the confrontations with rioters at the nation's capital.
ABC's Faith Abube tells us President Trump now appears to be accepting his election loss as pressure mounts for him to step down.
All right, thanks so much, Faith. Well, the protester sitting in the vice president's seat in the Senate chamber is from Idaho. Josiah Colt of Boise tweeted he climbed down the balcony and wrongly claimed he sat down in House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's chair.
Now, because of that photo, he's now wanted for questioning by D.C. police. Investigators released these pictures of all of the suspects in the violence on Capitol Hill.
And a skier is dead after an incident on the trails in Grand Teton National Park.
And the Idaho Falls man accused in the New Year's Eve shooting is in court for the first time. Walter Alarcon Aguirre was formally charged yesterday with aggravated battery and unlawful discharge of a firearm into a home.
And two neighboring mayors are discussing the state of their cities. Pocatello Mayor Brian Bladd and Chubbuck Mayor Kevin England were both pretty optimistic in a virtual Chamber of Commerce address yesterday. Mayor Bladd says he's grateful for the new developments at the airport, improvements that are coming to the zoo, and police efforts to get several pounds of drugs off the streets. Now, with the events in Washington, D.C. still on our minds, he reflected on how people here in our area easily come together.
So I'm grateful for a community that can agree to disagree sometimes, and that a community cannot take everything, that does not take everything personal and be vindictive and go after people.
Well, Mayor England talked about improvements in the city, including the new parkway, the new city hall that's expected to open in July, and the present city hall that's being remodeled to become the new police department.
The police headquarters will be headquartered right here at our existing city hall. This will be remodeled into a top-notch police headquarters, and this is something that we have needed for a long time. We've had our police sitting over in almost a cubbyhole for way too long.
All right, coming up, we'll show you how countries reacted to protesters storming the Capitol building on Wednesday. But first, Jeff.
Hey, Caitlin, here's the deal today. We're going to be in the 20s, and as we begin the morning, and then some freezing morning fog. Take a look at the rest of the headlines here. I'll come back and give you some specifics on your forecast.
And in some international headlines this morning, both Iraq and Iran are issuing an arrest warrant for President Donald Trump. Now, the warrant is for the death of Iraqi military leader General Qasem Soleimani last year.
And the world was also watching as protesters stormed into the nation's Capitol building.
Tina Kraus shows us how the rest of the world is now reacting.
Well, here's a live look at Rexburg. You can see a little bit of the fog coming in that Jeff was talking about a little bit earlier. Well, coming up after the break, he'll let you know how long the fog is going to stick around for today and what your weekend is going to look like. But first, here's your ski report.
And now, your first alert weather.
There's a live.
All right, thanks so much, Jeff. Well, coming up, we'll show you the unique way a Special Olympian is trying to raise money. We've got that inspiring story when we come back. It's now 6:24. Welcome back, everyone. The polar plunge for Special Olympics Michigan is going virtual this year because of the pandemic. Rebecca Bartlemy introduces us to an athlete who is going above and beyond to help raise money for the organization.
I love that it gives me something to do during the summer, and I get to hang out with a lot of people that are similar to me.
The sound of a men's ice hockey goal to the sound of a women's ice hockey goal. Many universities wonder how they can get students to become more involved in supporting women's athletics. Why do students at Quinnipiac go to the men's ice hockey games more than other games, according to Quinnipiac women's basketball head coach? It's culture.
To me, that just is a culture. Like, that they know Friday night hockey seems to be a part of the fabric and the culture of what the students do here.
The Quinnipiac men's hockey team has experienced a lot of national success, and with that has come a lot of attention from students. The Quinnipiac women's basketball team has also experienced national success, leading to an improved fan base, but they still struggle to get the attention from the students.
It's gotten better, definitely. Since my freshman year, this place used to be pretty empty, and I think we've got a lot more support every year from the community, not necessarily students.
According to Quinnipiac women's basketball senior guard Brittany Martin, male sports have always gotten more attention because people think that they are more athletic and can dunk.
Men's sports tend to get more attention, not attention, just more, just because they're men, and people, they're more athletic and us, they can dunk and do different things.
Fabry knows that although the end goal is always in mind, you cannot achieve that goal by skipping some.
So there's all small steps, but you can't skip steps. So we're heading in the right direction.
The student attendance is improving for both the women's hockey and basketball teams here at Quinnipiac, and that excites both players and coaches alike. Reporting from the People's United Center, Shane Dennehy, Q30 Sports. Victoria De La Rosa is not only raising money for Q-Thon, but also for a family member. Victoria's family is trying to raise money for a service dog for her little brother.
That money at home, so my younger brother has cerebral palsy. He's actually stayed at a Miracle Network hospital, so we're trying to fundraise for a service dog, so just having little things like that.
The Children's Miracle Network has given so much to Victoria and her family. Now Victoria is trying to give back to the people who have helped her brother and other families. With the experience of knowing what families have gone through, Victoria is excited at the opportunity to give back.
So we've always been in and out of hospitals, and I've gotten so much back from Children's Miracle Network and just like different children's hospitals. I want to give back just equally as much as they have given to me, so it's kind of just coming full circle, and I want to support other people because I know where some families have been to and like the experiences, so just having that personal insight to it like makes me more passionate for our cause.
Last year, Victoria took up the long task of knitting headbands for Q-Thon. This year, however, Victoria decided to make necklaces and sell them on her website. Victoria came up with this idea after taking an entrepreneurship class at Quinnipiac University.
Actually making necklaces is a lot simpler to make. It takes me like 5 minutes to make one necklace, so I can make a mass quantity for a smaller amount of time. So originally I started it because in one of my classes I had to do a lot of self-projects. So I was like, oh, this is something cool I want to do. And then I made a personal necklace for myself earlier in the summer from a gift someone gave me. And I was like, wow, this is something I could do. This is nice. And also I can mark up the prices a little bit more.
Earlier this year, Victoria went to a local beach in Connecticut and collected seashells for her necklaces. Victoria has used different online resources to help teach herself how to make these necklaces.
This past fall, in about August or September, I went to Hammonasset in Madison, Connecticut, and I actually picked up a lot of seashells and stones and everything from there. So everything I like hand collected. And then I went and ordered on Amazon, went to different craft stores and got some wiring. I got chains for the necklaces, jump rings, lobster claws, and just kind of like went from reading different forums and YouTube and learning how to make different creations.
Victoria will continue to make the jewelry even after Q-Thon is over. Many student organizations have contacted her about the possibility of selling her necklaces at their events.
I'm going to continue. I have been contacted by different student organizations that would want to sell my jewelry at their events, so it's jewelry with a cause. So I started off with Q-Thon, so I want to keep doing it, that I give back a portion to different organizations, and then also do some personal fundraising for more things at home.
Even though this will be Victoria's last Q-Thon, she will still be for the kids, as her and her family continue to raise money for a service dog for her little brother. Reporting from Quinnipiac University, Shane Dennehy, Q30 News.